Hello, 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 hello. I know I was terribly missed. I know I was missed last week. We had a storm last week and it knocked the Wi Fi out, but the Wi Fi is back. I'm back. I do apologize. I know some of y'all be looking forward to seeing my face. I really appreciate it. Um, Giving y'all time to chime in. I know y'all are watching either women's basketball or you are watching Raw. I just want to say to all the people that's hating on my CC, where was y'all at when she made 30 the other day? Y'all wasn't saying nothing then. Now y'all want to pop out because she having a bad game today. I like CC and I like Angel Reese. That's my Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. I like them both equally. I'm not in that discourse. I think it's dumb. I understand it. It is an issue, but I mean, that's what comes with exposure. You got to be careful what you wish for. You can't say we want this because NBA deal with it all the time. NBA Twitter. If you're not on NBA Twitter, it's the ghetto. That's just what it is. That's what comes with it. That's something, unfortunately, you have to get used to. It's going to be trolls. It's going to be people using people to push their racist agendas. We see it in our sports. We see it in football. We see it in we literally see it in men's sports. So they're not going to stop being assholes because it's women. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I say my shit when it comes to NBA and NFL. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite with it because I be saying some terrible shit too when it comes to the men. But I won't go that far with the women's. I support women's sports, but y'all, it's like y'all want people to watch men basketball and be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then when it comes to women, be like, I like everybody. Like we got to walk on eggshells. So you can't say that you want equality and everything that don't come with it. Unfortunately, it comes with it. That's just sports. That's sports in general, and especially is gambling involved. So people putting parlays on women's basketball now. So you definitely about to catch it. This is the most anybody has talked about the WNBA, especially on social media. I was on TikTok not too long ago, and I posted every time on Twitter. These people be on TikTok talking about Caitlin Clark like literally all motherfucking day, from morning to night. And then them be the same ones talking about why nobody ain't talking about Aja Wilson. Well, you can start talking about her if you stop talking about her all day. But anyways, enough about WNBA. I want to talk about the fuck that happened last night. I've seen this before. If you a LeBron James fan like me, we've seen this before, okay? We've been down this road with Mr. Kyrie, okay? Luka, 32 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 12 to 21 field goals. We've been down this road before. Mr. Sage and Crystals, Mr. Activist, Mr. I don't know. He turned over a new leaf. I'm all for people evolving in themselves, but I saw him let Boston, the environment of Boston, get to him, and he did what he did in 2018 when LeBron had to do it all by himself. That famous comedian, he from out here. I can't even think his name. That's when his kids started popping off when he was, Kyrie, where are you? Where were you, Kyrie? Did y'all see that game yesterday? I saw it. I'm waiting on Kyrie to show up. Show up. He didn't show up. He waiting until he get to Dallas. You still got to go to Boston for game 5. You can't wait till you get to Dallas. It's the championship. Poor Luka. 32 points and he didn't do nothing. You waiting on the other star player to show up. He didn't show up. The key role players, I don't know what the hell they was doing. They act like that. Kyrie, you got to act like you've been here before. You have a championship. That's crazy. If Mavericks don't win the championship, that discourse about to be nasty, and I'm gonna be one of them that's gonna pop it off. Y'all know who my goat is, right there, King James. Wherever he go, I go, and I'm popping it off. If they do not win the championship, I'm popping it off, and I can't wait. Be like, somebody was needed. I'm popping it off. I'm telling you, I am popping that shit off. But anyways, y'all, so today the title for today's show is Forbidden Door Ain't for Scrubs. Now, I'm going to do something a little different today, and I'm going to test it out and see if this is how I'm going to go going forward, because I get a lot of comments, DMs, and people messaging Public Enemies that they like how I break down and help dissect storylines when it comes to AEW. So I'm probably going to start that approach now, because everybody reviews Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, ROH. Is different, great products, great content that do dissect those shows. But not everybody knows how to dissect in-ring storytelling or also AEW in general, especially with the biased mindset that a lot have, especially those I enjoy all wrestling content creators, knowing damn well they don't. So they're not pretty good at dissecting what they're seeing because they're not paying attention to what they're seeing. But y'all know me, I always pay attention to what I see. Let me kick my shit off. I have been right for 4 years when it comes to AEW. For 4 motherfucking years since AEW started and I started guesting on people's shows and stuff like that, I have been right about a lot of things. And I don't get my credit on it, and that's fine. But I'm just talking my shit. I have not been wrong as of yet. I know I can be wrong about certain things, and I admit to it, like, oh, okay, I was wrong about this. I say it all the time on Twitter. But it's just certain storylines and certain directions. I'm just like, bro, it's literally right there in front of you. I've been on that shit for 4 years. So I want to pat myself on the back for staying, intact. And also, I want to give a shout out to all the upcoming Black women that is covering AEW. And I've listened to and got some DMs for a lot of them telling me, they've listened to me or they see me. And I really do appreciate that compliment. I really do appreciate y'all saying the things that y'all have said about me and the reason why y'all choose to cover AEW. I don't want to say I was one of the first, but I may have been to choose to go forward to cover AEW, especially as a Black woman. And I did it around the time where people was calling people coons for covering AEW. It was around the time people was making the whole I'm better than you. Like it was around that time, and I didn't care about none of that and just decided to do what I wanted to do. And so I appreciate all those young ladies that has from Lyric to Destiny, all of those young ladies. I cannot think of the name. They are located in the UK, but I really do appreciate you guys so much. And when I hang up my jersey after next year, it's going to be off to a great place. And it's some wonderful ladies that do cover AEW, especially Black women that covers AEW. So I'm really, really proud of them. And they're off to doing great things. They're better than I ever been. And I always tell them, y'all standing on my shoulders. And I'm going to make sure I stay grounded so y'all can stand on my shoulders. Because I've always been open to y'all and transparent that I'm not doing this forever. And it's okay to pass that mantle down. And I don't mind passing that baton down to the younger girls. Why hold on to something? I'm not even 35 yet, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not on no ageism or nothing like that when it comes to podcasting. You do what you do. A hobby is a hobby. And I don't discredit nobody for doing a hobby as long as they do. But as far as doing wrestling content, I do understand that, it's okay to make room for younger people, younger women, and also being a guidance or also being an influence and stuff like that, because you got some old motherfuckers that's trying to hold on to something and they don't know how to let go. And it's sad to see in real time. Sad to see in real time. But again, thank you guys, thank you ladies. And I'm gonna still do my big one while I'm still here and still on Public Enemies. But once I hang my jersey, I'm gonna hang my jersey for good. Okay, so yeah, so today we're gonna get into Forbidden Door. I'm gonna just go over the cards so far, and we're gonna see give some predictions going. Some people are confused on certain storylines or why certain matches are happening, and I'm happy to help and help dissect on why is which, or the direction that they're going with this. But Forbidden Door is real grass. It's for hardcore fans, and it is not for scrubs. Okay, so let's get this show started.
Monday night, you know what that means. Yeah. You know what that means. Realist on the grab scene, queen of the enemies, all elite with Keeks. Straight out of Dallas with it, dynamite fuse, she lit it. Standing on women business, going all out. Let's get it, keep it respectful though. Don't want that brawl out, we just talking fallout, storylines and call outs. Say what's the word, Keeks? I know y'all heard Keeks on air with the facts, not the rumors from dirt sheets. If you's a real collider, then let's ride with her. A real live winner, we going live with her. Yeah. All elite with Keeks, yeah. All elite with Keeks. All elite with Keeks, yeah. All elite with Keeks.
All right, so Forbidden Door, it is in almost 2 weeks, 2 or 3. Let me check my calendar. Let me not give y'all some, Yeah, it's during the same day as the BET Awards, so my screen gonna be double. I'm only looking at the BET Awards because Usher getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, and I love to see Usher get his flowers. Usher is my legend. So that's yeah, shout out to Usher, USHERRAYMOND. Getting his flowers at the BET Awards, so I will be watching that, and of course be watching Forbidden Doors. So we got that going now. June, it's a lot of things in June. They said June is Black Lives Matter month. Shout out to Black people. We got 2 months now. Shout out to Black people. We got 2. We got February and June. I know that's right. And we already got Juneteenth. Black Texans. Shout out to us, Juneteenth. Pride Month, Men's Mental Health Month, Black Music History Month, summer. Shout out to June. You got them damn cancers, them crybaby cancers. I feel so. Don't get me started. We don't care about no cancers. They cry too much. No shade. But yeah, it's cancers and yeah, so shout out to June. So I'm just let's start it off this episode. I want to specifically talk about Rocky Romero before I get into the possible card. Rocky Romero, I don't know if he's Jesus. I don't know. But Rocky Romero, it was reported last week, he is responsible, CMLL, and also the AEW AE Lucha that was signed to AAA are able to participate in the pay-per-view at Forbidden Door. They came with a peace treaty that if they are current champions at AAA, they cannot participate. So that is Commander and Vikingo. Even though Vikingo is not the champion, he was a recent champion. So they didn't want nobody recent or a current champion. Commander currently has one of the cruiserweight titles at AAA, so he cannot participate in Forbidden Door. However, Penta, Ray Phoenix, Rouge can participate in Forbidden Door. So that is great, great news. I don't know what Rocky Romero did. I wish I was a fly on the wall, but Rocky Romero is definitely an important factor to the Forbidden Door for it's small baby steps. I'm happy that we got the baby step. You know what I'm saying? But Rocky Romero, the man that you are, whatever you said or whatever you did for CMLL to trust you enough to be like, you know what? God damn it, we will do it. But I knew it was going to be something. I knew there was going to be like no current champions. Because if you don't know, AAA and CMLL has beef. And the beef ain't nothing like WCW and WWE. It's nothing like that. Blood was shed with they beef. Blood was shed with CMLL and AAA. Like wives was harassed. Blood was shed. A lot of things. Like that beef is forever. I don't think it will ever be peace. But for them to be like, you know what? I will allow it for this event. That just shows how much of a person, how much they like Rocky Romero. And when it's all said and done, Rocky Romero will be in, the Wrestling Hall of Fame. And he's definitely an important factor to Forbidden Door. So he will always be appreciated over here at All Elite with Keeks. Okay. And yeah, man. Like when I read that, I was just like, I don't know what he said, because I know Lucha Brothers, Penta had an interview this past coming weekend. And I kept up with Lucha Blog on the interview that he did. He hinted that him and Ray Phoenix, they have plans internationally. I think they are hinting that they want the IWGP Tag Team Champions. Because Penta ain't been taking bookings from AAA lately. So we'll see. Who knows? And he also talked about they want to be known as one of the greatest Mexican tag teams of all time. And they are. That's Lucha Brothers, no questions about it, is probably the greatest Mexican tag team champions ever. That's no question about it. That's their legacy. And he let it be known that he doesn't have to be a heavyweight champion, or he doesn't have to. He just want to make history with his brother. And that's the IWGP Championship Tag Team, and of course the WWE Tag Team Championship is probably the only two tag team belts that they never got. But I don't think that now it did come up that Penta's contract is coming up and WWE is interested in Penta, which, like I said on Twitter, they should be. Penta is the closest thing to Rey Mysterio. And the discourse around Penta was nasty. Like, you had people that was making it seem like they're going to take the money. He's going to take the money. Penta is already rich. I have to explain to them, like, bro, Penta is rich. He wrestles for fun. He wrestles just for fun. Like, they already said people make the majority of the annual of what people make at WWE is $300K. Penta probably makes that in a day. Or a week. He owns restaurants. He's a part-time actor in Mexico. He has a store. He has a real estate business in Mexico. Like, he's a businessman. He has 2 houses. Like, that dude tried to come in my mentions talking about anybody can have a rich house in Mexico. He has 2. One in Cali, one in Mexico. He owns 2 indie wrestling promotions. A lot of Mexican kids get to experience Christmas because of Penta, and also Ray Phoenix, not just Penta, but both of them. He has paid college tuitions. Like Penta, shit, it wouldn't surprise me if he, on the spot. You know what I'm saying? But he's a multimillionaire. He's just doing this for fun and training his daughter. Exactly. Exactly. They like that's why I don't like when people make it seem like Mexican wrestlers, like luchadors, like, oh my God, they might need this. They treat them like they're like in third world ass countries. Like, no, these people are luchadors is probably the best nepotism in wrestling, besides the Samoans. But the luchadors nepotism is on a different scale. And broke ain't in a dictionary. Broke is not part of their bloodline. That's why I kind of hate that Andrade. It's so Andrade trying to be Ric Flair. I'm like, bro, your daddy is a legend. Your name is legendary in Lucha Libre. You don't have to be Ric Flair. That's why I hated when Andrade was doing it. I'm just like, bro. My girl in the chat, make sure you follow her. My girl Sindal, she's one of the best NXT content creators. I'm telling you, her, Cat, all of, like, I listen to her. When it, NXT, I listen to her. I listen to Sindal because everybody else. Sindal know what she be talking about. Okay, when they come to NXT, Sindal know what she be talking about, and whatever Sindal is for, that's who I'm for. I'm like, I be having my Sindal. I have my notifications on. I had it on when during the pay-per-view because I don't be knowing nothing, but I'm like, okay, whoever Sindal for, I guess that's the person because Sindal know what she be talking about. So make sure y'all follow her and y'all tune into her show with NXT because I enjoy NXT. I actually enjoy what they're doing. Like they're fun. They for the bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna lie. No shit. No shade. What I say? No shade. No shade. But Jordan, I just $10 that you hear. I just want to say, I feel like Nene Leakes. Like you're declassing the show. Jordan, you're declassing the show. No shade. Because everybody know who the real Forbidden Door is. Everybody, like TNA, I get it, but everybody know who the money is when it comes to Forbidden Door. Like, I like this Forbidden Door too, the AEW and New Japan, but everybody know who the big Forbidden Door. Like, stop playing with us against WWE versus AEW. Like, that's the real Forbidden Door. Like, stop playing. Like, TNA, come on. Come on. Which say you're declassing the show. That's just my opinion. You know, what do NXT gain from TNA? Like, NXT too good for them. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be mean, but get out that move. Y'all messing up the groove. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on. So I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start off with Will Ospreay and Swerve. Let me get that out the way. Will Ospreay versus Swerve, of course, is booked for Forbidden Door. And I know AEW fan base was at a panic when this happened. Oh, I thought I had to burp, y'all. Swerve versus Will Ospreay is send AEW fans to a panic for a little bit. Because you had some that was just like, why is this happening now? And then you had me, I was just like, okay, whatever. this actually makes sense. So, like, just this actually makes sense because this probably won't be the first time. Okay, this probably won't be the first time. Forbidden Door is about real grass. Okay, it's about real grass. So, and you gotta put ass in seats too. What better way to do it than Swerve versus Will Ospreay? But who is to say this will be the only one? AEW fans, stop panicking. Let the chefs cook. They have history. They have history. The history is there. It's going to be a fantastic match. I'm pretty certain. It's going to be a great match. Swerve as champion, Swerve's championship reign has been a great reign. It's been great. Besides the online division. But like I said yesterday, the hate for him is only online. It doesn't block anything because the merch is selling. Multiple merches is selling. The crowd loves him. And he gives great promos. He has the it factor, regardless of how you feel about him personally. He has the entire package. Deal with it. You have to deal with it. Twitter is not a real place. It is a fantasy land. You can be whatever you want to be on Twitter. I can say right now, oh my God, I passed to be a firefighter. I could literally say that right now. And people will tell me congratulations. Better yet, I could be like, I lost all my belongings in a fire. GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be who you want to be. You can say who you want to say. You can do whatever you want to do online. Some people are only loved online. Some people are only hated online. Regardless of the fact, that did not transfer to how AEW feel about Swerve. Okay? So, it's hard. I don't think besides the ones that don't get into that stuff, that the online stuff, and somebody had messaged me. I ain't gonna put him out there like that, but he DM'd me and said, "Why not a lot of Black content creators talk about Swerve?" And I'm just like, "Oh Lord, let me not." It started with a list. List turned into him saying a bad rap lyric and some more shit. It's crazy. But it doesn't transfer to what's going on online. I mean, actual live TV, actual fans. Because again, and I know nobody will say it on their show, but I will. I will continue will. I know Wrestle Purists will. I know Public Enemies will. Joshua will. His merch is making the same numbers as the Acclaim did. Okay? His merch is selling just as much as the Acclaim ones did. So that technically makes him the highest. I can't say Black wrestler because he wants to be wrestler, but highest Black wrestler merch that's selling the numbers that it's doing as a Black wrestler. Okay. So he everything that people have said about him that he wouldn't do, he has done it. Okay. Rather you like him or not, each match he has been booked on, he has his in-ring psychology has improved so much each match at a time. If you take the blind eye out of it, if you take that, I'm gonna be real with y'all, especially y'all that's my supporters. I've had a conversation, okay? Me and Lyric, we've had a conversation, okay? And if y'all know me, y'all know how I'm coming. I'm not on that. I forget. I was simply. It was whack. It was lame. Y'all know me. I was real with it. Right hands to the man. I was real with it. If you don't like me or not, I was being real. Like what you said, it meant this and this and this, and we ain't like it. I said it. Okay, I said it. And that's how we found out. I guess he repeated the Freddie Gibbs, and then it went from that to, well, why the fuck you repeated the Freddie Gibbs lyric? Who the fuck listened to Freddie Gibbs anyway? It should have been addressed. That's what we said. He said his piece, we said ours, and I just, moved on. Okay. But yeah. So Will Ospreay and Swerve, it will be a great match, y'all. Regardless if you feel like a story should have been built, why is it happening now? Who said this will be the last time this will happen? Some AEW fans, Tony Khan has spoiled us. I get it. But y'all need to relax. Y'all are acting a little bit bratty now. We got rid of the 2021 fans. We got rid of them. They gone. They are away. I bullied them out. They're gone. Now y'all are acting a little bit entitled now because y'all being bratty because y'all are used to things going y'all way. Like y'all fantasy book shit in y'all head, and when it don't happen, y'all get so mad. Y'all got to stop doing that. Because if you keep doing that, you're going to get worked up and you're going to get disappointed every time. Just let shit happen. Let the chefs cook and just enjoy it for what it is. That's what I do. Because I said it on Twitter. I said, especially on the Chris Jericho getting booked. I told y'all on Twitter, I have accepted that Tony Khan has a soft spot for Chris Jericho because Chris Jericho, Warner Media loves Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho is the reason why they got the TV deal. So he's going to always feel some type of loyalty and he's going to always have a soft spot for Chris Jericho for him to do whatever he wants. Because when he looks at Chris Jericho, he's just like, you're the reason why we're right here. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have got the TV deal. And then you got Warner Media in the back like, where's Chris Jericho? We want our boy. And I have accepted that. And I watch it because of Brian Keith and Big Bill. Because Brian Keith is my boy. I put money on Brian Keith. I have sponsored him a few times. So I'm going to support him. Okay? That's just what it is. So Swerve, Will Ospreay, I'm sure it's going to be a banger. It's going to be the main event for Forbidden Door. And everybody that is, why is this happening? Is going to be the main one saying this is going to be match of the year. Okay. All right. So let's move on to another. We have Jon Moxley versus Naito. It is official. Naito issued a challenge to Jon Moxley for the IWGP Championship. Now, I had to listen to Lyric show. It was Lyric and Charlie from Wrestle Purist. They're saying that it's most likely Naito would get the IWGP Championship back. I don't, they the hardcore Joshi fans, Wrestle Purists and them. So they were saying that it's a possibility that they're going to give Naito back the belt. Moxley was, we knew that Moxley was going to be transitional for New Japan. New Japan is going through a rough period right now because, like they said that they didn't build no young stars like they should have. And also, main people have left and things like that. So Jito's booking. So yeah, so we got Naito versus John Moxley. Now I know these two it's gonna go crazy. I like Naito and I like Moxley as well. So this is gonna be another great match. It's gonna be a banger. But if you want to get more into depth with this going on, just listen to Larry, listen to Rest of Purists. They are big Joshi fans. I am a casual Joshi fan. I know some things. I don't know most things. I can admit to that. So listen to them. They got into depth with it. What was going on with New Japan. But I know New Japan is on a rough period right now. So this Forbidden Door will help them a lot. I guess it's making it like they kind of need this. They kind of need this right now. So yeah. Shout out to Tanahashi J. Blige. So that's gonna be a banger. Shout out to John Moxley with his shades on. Moxley is so cool. I like Moxley. Okay, so let me go to a possible match that's probably going to happen. MJF and Roosh. You know how I feel about MJF. All that shit to this side. Okay, I'm keeping it professional because I love Roosh. So I put the picture up to where the first encounter happened for Roosh and MJF. I remember Wilkins asked me, why is this happening? And I explained to them, y'all see the money and Roosh right there? Roosh ain't get the coins. You didn't get the coins, okay? Roosh challenging MJF is starting a feud. I didn't like this segment because it was getting real racial. In my eyes, it was getting real racial. He can't help himself. He cannot help his fucking self to be stereotypical. He cannot help himself. And I just want Roosh to really beat his ass. Roosh, forget that it's wrestling. He always forget that it's wrestling, okay? I hope Roosh beat his ass. But this is we gotta thank Rocky Romero, because now if you don't know, because people are like, well, Roosh is not with AAA and he could possibly be with CMLL. I told Roosh left CMLL on a bad note. Him and his daddy, they left on a bad note. Okay? His daddy knocked shit over on him. Like, La Batiste, Del Ring, he don't play that shit, okay? He not the one of the two, okay? So when they left CMLL, he knocked some shit over when he left. When La Batiste, when he leaves something, he go out with a bang. Okay? That's why Tony Khan couldn't, that's why the signing of Roosh took so long, because Tony Khan, and it's warranted that Tony Khan is scared of La Batiste Del Ring. I will be scared of him too. It's the reason why Triple H snuck and signed Dragon Lee without him being there. Like, I would be afraid of him too. Like, Tony Khan had to, I will sign you, but I can't sign your dad. I'm scared of that man. I will be scared of him too. If you don't know nothing about La Batista Del Ring, do your research. If fuck around and find out when it comes to my kids, if a person is him. He do not play about his sons. And he do not play about his name either. He will knock you between the washer and dryer. Okay? That's why I keep saying Dragon Lee would have never been signed to WWE if La Batista Del Ring was there. He probably would have tagged Triple H. You got me fucked up thinking you about to sign my son. I know you. I know you're a con man. He probably would have beat Conan ass up too for allowing that to happen. MJF is lucky because kayfabe do not exist when it comes to La Batista ring. He don't care about no kayfabe. What is kayfabe? That's why people be like, Roosh is just wrestling. Do you know who his daddy is? It wasn't just wrestling to his daddy. Pull his hair out like you did Jack Perry. Jack Perry. Roosh wrestled Jack Perry. Jack Perry had to ask him, are we good, bro? We good, ain't we? Did I do something? No. He pulled Jack Perry hair out mid-match. Jack Perry had to make sure that, like, did I do something wrong? That's just how he was raised. That's how he was. Roosh has been trained by his daddy shit since he was a boy, I want to say. You could say La Batista's Joe Jackson. You could say that. You could say that. You could say that. No shade. But it's a possibility it will be Roosh versus MJF at Forbidden Door. Due to a storyline that happened, I guess MJF wants to prove to AEW fans that he can get down and dirty. He is willing to fight whoever. He's not on that, you know, he showed that he got a tattoo of AEW. The tattoo was ugly as shit, by the way. So we may have a Roosh versus MJF. Now, usually I would be like, I don't care for this match, but I'm rooting for Roosh. I'm a Roosh fan. I support Roosh. He is another legendary nepotism family in Lucha Libre. He was, Roosh was a former ROH champion. He's wrestled all over the world. Great talent. I didn't like the what chants to him because, his English is not the best, and it doesn't have to be the best. But that man can wrestle, and he gets down. Just saw a picture of La Batista ring. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, La Batista Del Ring gives me cartel fear. Like when I see him, I just be like, whatever he asks me to do, just do it. If he asks you to pass that paper, just pass him the paper. He ain't nothing to fuck with. He really not. I'm telling y'all, La Batista Del Ring is nothing to fuck with. It's a video of Roosh she posted on Twitter, his dad training him. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. He ain't nothing to fuck with. It's some people that could use La Batista Del Ring's training. It's some people that need to go to training with him. Like, some of you wrestlers that scrubs, go to La Batista Del Ring training. I'm pretty sure you'll be a whole new person. You'll be a whole different person. He looked like he trained hard too. Well, he was training him hard in front of his son. That's crazy. So we'll get possible Roosh versus MJF. I'm rooting for Roosh all the way. They need to get more New Japan and CMLL talent in it. I do agree with that. It's still a visa situation going on with CMLL. A lot of them are still getting the approval. They fixing it. So we get what we get, but who's to say we still got 3 more weeks. So it's still time. So we're not going to just get it off this week. We still got more time. So okay, so next up we have Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. That was also announced. Zack Sabre Jr. wants another rematch with Orange Cassidy. We know they faced each other before in Forbidden Door. They're facing each other now. So we have that. If AEW does open a wrestling school, Rouge Dad should be a trainer. He should, but I don't think some people can handle how he trains. I'm waiting on we should have a graphic of Orange Cassidy and Zack Sabre Jr. But yeah, it's Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. It was announced. It is official. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So we do have that. We'll see where that goes. But Zack Sabre Jr. he did offer. How does he train? Eddie, when I go to Roosh page on Twitter, just go through the media, and you will see the video. It's a video of them training together. I want to say it's either in the basement or whatever, but he's training with Roosh. He told him keep doing it again and again and again. Like he's hardcore. Like I'm telling you, he like Joe Jackson. He's like Joe Jackson. And he's hated in CMLL. So that's why I was just like, it's kind of a big deal because it didn't really have nothing to do with the Lucha Brothers. It had a lot to do with Roosh because how they left CMLL. Like CMLL and AAA beef, yes. And I don't think they would have had so much of a problem with it, but they're like, you got Roosh signed to AEW. We don't fuck with him. We don't fuck with his daddy. We don't fuck with him or his brother. Fuck them. That's how they was. Like it was more so of Roosh because how they left. Like they left, they wrecked shit and left. People got beat up. People got stabbed. People got beat the fuck up by La Batiste. Okay. They got beat the fuck up. But yeah, so that was more of that. But yes, we got Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. Wants to, because Orange Cassidy beat him. So Zack Sabre Jr. wants a rematch with Orange Cassidy. That should be a great match between the two. And that's what I know some people was like, well, we want the rematch with Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Who knows who Bryan Danielson wants to face? I'm pretty sure it's the Alchemist from CMLL, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So we got that. Let's get into some women business. Toni Storm versus Mina. Now we saw them at Dynamite. The battle for Mariah May. It was very sexy. It was very hot. The ladies, the men it was one dude in the audience. He got too happy. It was crazy, but I know this is going to be a great match. I don't doubt Stardom at all. This is a Stardom. She's a champion at Stardom. Again, I do listen to lyrics. She is the Joshi, one of the Joshi queens. So listen to her content when she talks about the Joshi female wrestlers. I wasn't so familiar with her game, but I did enjoy her wrestling. So listen to her. I know Toni Storm, she can go. This will be a great match between the two. And it's also building towards Toni Storm versus Mariah May, which we will see in the future. So it's like they're building a story between those two. It's mostly about Toni Storm and Mariah May than anything. So you have that going on for women's business for the AEW World Championship. So it's going to be a great match between these two ladies, women's business. Also, another women's business match is Mercedes Moné versus Stephanie Beckett, which I can't wait for this one. The rematch. Mercedes Moné and Stephanie. Now, this is the match I am definitely looking forward to because they went off the first time for the New Japan Strong Championship. And I know they're going to go hard this time because Stephanie is a dog. I'm telling you, Stephanie, I said Stephanie reminds me of a young, she's incredible talent. Yes, title for time. Mercedes doing her big one. Mercedes is doing her big one. This is going to be a great match between the two ladies. Stephanie is a force to be reckoned with. She is representing CMLL's women's division well. It's a lot of talented luchadoras on there, and I just really hope. I know she's not with CMLL no more, but you know, in 3 weeks in like Dynamites and the Collision, I really hope that the world see Fabi Apache. Like I've been asking for this for a long time. I just want the world deserves to see Fabi Apache. Fabi Apache is one of the greatest luchadoras there is. And again, she is the Lucha Brothers mom, wrestling mom. She is the daughter of the great Papi Apache. She's a great talent. And she's also help training Lady Penta when she's coming. So, and Mercedes trained with her when she was done, you know, when she walked out of WWE. That's one of the first person that she went to train was Fabi Apache down in Mexico. She went to Mexico to train with Fabi. The world deserves to see Fabi Apache. Fabi Apache deserves to get her flowers. I can describe her like the legacy Fabi Apache has. No, I would rather have Fabi Apache face Mercedes because they're familiar with each other and she helps Mercedes. So, but if you was to describe Fabi Apache as far as like a American wrestler, her impact in Lucha Libre, it will be Trish Stratus, except she's a better wrestler than Trish Stratus. That's her impact on Lucha Libre because they came around the same time in wrestling. Fabi Apache came around in 1998-ish, 1998, 1999. Her father, you know, she's another Nepo baby. Her father is Papi Apache. He was a great wrestler as well. He's a technical wrestler, a Lucha Libre technical wrestler. And she's the daughter of him. Her stepmom was also a wrestler. And she still wrestles to this day. It's crazy. But Fabi is, the world deserves to see her. If you have been watching TNA around 2009-ish in that era, you probably familiar with Fabi because she wrestled Tessa Blanchard before, but it was she spit in Tessa Blanchard's face and told her she ain't welcome to Mexico. Tessa's not liked. I think Fabi is I think she's banned from TNA because of that. Yes, Rocky Romero is the bridge for AEW, New Japan, and CMLL. Yes, he's a bridge to all three. He's very important. But yeah, Fabi, I think Fabi Apache is banned from TNA, I want to say, because of that. But if you don't know, yeah, she spit on Tessa Blanchard's face. Tessa Blanchard, I don't know if she probably said something or did something, but she spit in her face and basically told her, you better not step foot in AAA ever. And we ain't seen Tessa Blanchard in AAA since. Now, Tessa Blanchard is CMLL, but AAA around that time, because Fabi was signed to AAA at the time when it happened, and she spit in her face and said, you better not come back here, because if you come back here, I'm going to beat your ass again. You can say Fabi work, you know, she went in business for herself, but Tessa Blanchard did something to her mid-match, and it pissed her off. And she actually started hitting her. Fabi don't play that shit. I'm like, you had to do something to piss her off, because Fabi is not like that. She's not the aggressor. sweetest person. She's very nice. She has commented on my stuff before. A very nice lady. Tessa probably had to say something. How does Tessa Blanchard keep getting booked? One, the person that she said what she said to told everybody to mind their business. And then she told everybody that she apologized. We on good terms. Everybody should shut the fuck up. Once you say something like that, I don't care no more. Once you tell everybody to shut the fuck up and mind your business, I don't care no more. You don't get no outrage from me. Shut the fuck up. You don't get no outrage from me after you say that. Okay, whatever. And plus, like Mexico, they're like, it didn't happen in Mexico, so we don't care. It happened in America. It didn't happen in Mexico. We don't care. That happened up there. That ain't happened down here. We don't give a fuck. That's how Mexican work. That's how Mexico work. Like they like, oh, okay, that happened. Oh, they ain't happened down here, so we don't give a fuck. What they got to do with us? That's basically what they was just like. Oh, okay. Her man wrestled in Dynamite not too long ago. What's the Lucha Libre? What's the luchador name? I cannot think of his name. He wrestled for CMLL, but that's our man now. He got the best mask too. Like the pyramid with the dog mask. What the fuck his name is? I can't. It's not coming to me. But that's our man. That's a Blanchard man. Mm-hmm. But anywho, I hope Fabi Apache, I hope Tony Khan just had her on a Dynamite or a Collision. The world just needs to see her. I prefer a Dynamite though. The world needs to see Fabi Apache and see what I'm talking about. She's a great wrestler. But I will recommend if it never happens, just watch Fabi Apache versus Deonna Purrazzo at a Triple Mania. When Deonna Purrazzo won the when she won her belt. It was a good match between the two. Very good match. Okay, so moving on. Now, for the TNT Championship, we have a possible. I think this is where it's going to go. I think we're going to get Jack Perry versus Takeshita. I think that is happening. Okay? I think Jack Perry versus Soup is happening for the TNT Championship at Forbidden Door. They're both on the opposite sides of the bracket. Jack Perry this Wednesday, he faced Cody Rhodes' brother. And we know he beating the fuck out of him. Soup already beat the fuck out of oh boy. So I feel like that's happening for the TNT Championship. Okay? It will be good. It will be real grass. And I hope it happens. Jack Perry has been on his big one. Soup has been on his big one. But I need that to happen. I think that's what's leading up because whoever they already said whoever the finalists are will face each other for the TNT Championship at Forbidden Door. So I feel like it's going to be Soup versus Jack Perry. Mm-hmm. Real grass. That's gonna be some real grass. Okay, that's what I want. All right, and then let me see if I'm missing somebody. I don't think I'm missing nobody. Okay, yeah, I ain't missing nobody else. That is so far. Who would you have from New Japan in the TNT title match at Forbidden Door? To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know because WWE and AEW got the New Japan guys now, so I don't really know. Oh, he's not New Japan. Is he? No, yes, he is. Shingo. I think that's his name. Whoever that was that wrestled last week, that was really good. I like him. I think that's his name. I want to say it wrong. But other than that, maybe El Phantasmo. I would say El Phantasmo. I like El Phantasmo. Leo Rush. No, that's not Leo Rush. Is that Leo Rush? Who was that the last time? Oh, I can't think right now. All right, so moving on. What about female talent? Definitely the Alchemist. Definitely him. Mystico. It's so many people. It's so many people. I gotta look at the ones that they still waiting on their visas to get cleared. Hopefully it gets clear in time. But definitely the Alchemist. Definitely him. So yeah, so Okada. Okada has nobody. We got Okada, Bryan Danielson, and the Young Bucks could possibly be booked for Forbidden Doors. So if you're in the chat, who are you interested to see Okada face? Me personally, I don't know. Now I saw people was saying Ibushi, but I'm like, ain't he still hurt? And he not even signed in New Japan no more. I don't know who will Okada face. That would be interesting though. Young Bucks, I know that the ZSK are the new champions, so that will probably be a good match between those two. And Bryan Danielson, I gotta see him in the Alchemist again. Because that match that they had the first time on Collision, it was a great match. And Bryan Danielson was getting a little frustrated because he was showing, like I keep saying all the time, Lucha Libre's technical wrestling is far different from Japan technical wrestling. And it's far different from American technical wrestling. When they do technical wrestling, and I say it all the time, Lucha Libre is poetry. American wrestling is, everybody's all about storylines and it has to be a storyline, but Lucha Libre is poetry. Everything is poetic with their wrestling. Their wrestling tells a story in a poetic way. Like, people think that what they do stunts just to do it. No, it actually means something because they have Lucha Libre is off of actual Mexican history. It's off of the Aztecs, the history in that with the mask. Like, everything is cultural, it's history. So every move that they do, it tells a story. They don't really like, they do their promos and stuff like that, but they're mostly in-ring wrestlers. Everything means something. It tells a story. Like, when people, it was around the time, and I like to bring up when Penta earned, got the respect of his name at that Triple Mania. It was just reposted not too long ago on Twitter when he was holding the bloody mask and he was bloody and stuff like that. That was the night that his name became legitimized for his bloodline. So, for Lady Penta and her children and her children and her children and her children like that. The way that he wrestles when he's in Mexico is far different from when he wrestles when he's in America, because he knows America wrestling, and most foreigners know that American wrestling is all about the gimmicky and showing and just different stunts and stuff like that. Because I don't want to say that we're dumb, but we're more of, you gotta give us shock value. Mexican lucha libre wrestling, when Penta wrestles in Mexico, it tells a story. It's a story. And the name being legitimized, it was very important because the person that he was wrestling was also the same man that's, if you don't know Lucha Brothers' background, their father wasn't really good at wrestling. And the person that Penta wrestled told his father that he wasn't good. So for Penta to beat the same man that said that his father wasn't good is poetic. And that same man bowed to him. If you didn't watch that pay-per-view, and I watched it, had tears in my eyes. That same man that said that this man is not good is the same man that bowed to Penta. Like, this man is legit. Do you think the aura of U.S. wrestling is lost in AEW? Absolutely not. Because the aura of U.S. wrestling is lost in WWE. And I'm not even saying that on no tribalistic shit, because the wrestlers in WWE, and I say it all the time, they bust their ass regardless if it's dumbed down or whatever, or if you've seen it before. It gets no type of reaction. And they deserve the same reaction. That's why when some of them go to AEW, like Adam Copeland, and y'all know I'm not an Adam Copeland fan, but one of the things he said, and Mercedes said the same thing, is just like hearing the fans. That's the first thing they say, is hearing the fans. I know the house shows is a different environment because I've been to a WWE house show, but the shit on TV, and I've been to WWE shows since I was a kid. Like, I've seen these people at their prime, The Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold at their prime. Like, everybody's loud. And then now in this present time, they got to go overseas to even hear fans. If anything, AEW is saving the aura of U.S. wrestling. AEW is saving the territories on what the U.S. like the territory era in wrestling. It cultivated a lot of foreign wrestling too. And I'm not saying that most of these foreigners got everything from U.S. wrestling, but the territory days, it kind of helped cultivate what to look for with this person, with this country, with this country, with this country. And when I look at, and when I was at the WrestleMania, my sister, she's a casual. And I take my sister with me to wrestling shows because I don't go by myself. I got to keep somebody with me. And my sister was just like, why is everybody just sitting down? Why nobody saying nothing? We literally have to get drunk to have fun at WrestleMania because nobody wants to stand shit. I'm like, why is y'all not, like, they just sitting there? And then we go to an AEW show. I don't care. People make fun of AEW only they don't fill up the stadium in the collision or whatever, but the motherfuckers is loud. It's loud. If you want to be technical, who messed up the aura of U.S. wrestling, it was Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon fucked that up. Because Vince McMahon made wrestling about entertainment and bullshit more than anything. So if anybody fucked up the aura of U.S. wrestling, it was Vince McMahon. TNA and AEW, ROH, MLW, they're trying to help reestablish what U.S. wrestling used to be or what it's supposed to be. Because it didn't used to always be like this. But I solely blame it on Vince McMahon. Exactly. Like, you could tell the difference between WWE and AEW. Like, Vince McMahon brainwashed everybody to make it seem like the certain things are important in what makes wrestling when it's not true. If you know your wrestling history, especially the territory days, and I know Dave Meltzer talk about it all the time. Storylines is important, but it doesn't make or break what wrestling is supposed to be. Like, I use WrestleMania 17, for example. Nobody talks about the actual match between The Rock and Stone Cold, but we can say that the leading up to the point was important. Everybody brings up the video package, but nobody never talks about the actual match. That's what Vince created. That's Vince McMahon. That's what kind of ruined what U.S. wrestling was meant to be. That was never Vince McMahon's daddy's vision of what wrestling is supposed, especially WWE. But it made money. So if we want to be honest, capitalism ruined the aura for U.S. wrestling. Vince McMahon and capitalism, if we being technical. If you want to be technical. Then he come at that. Exactly. Oh, don't get me started on that shit. The video package to rest that main event. Capitalism and Vince McMahon ruined the aura of U.S. wrestling. Yeah, capitalism. Because it's all about money and entertainment. South Park made fun of this. It's crazy. They made fun of it, but they was right. But it's the thing that made us all watch it when we was kids in our youth, or when some people was teenagers. I'm a WCW girl. I was a WCW cruiserweight girl. I liked the in-ring. That was my attention. The entertainment stuff, I did enjoy it as a kid. I can't say that, but I was an in-ring person. That's why I was a Jericho fan for the longest. I cannot deny Jericho's in-ring ability all 30 years of his career. He had a great in-ring. Like, he has a lot of kids in wrestling. Like, having that versatility. Can do lucha libre, can do strong style, can do all different type of styles, all different foreigners into one, and combinate that. Jericho is one of the ones that was able to do that. That's why I was a Jericho fan, and he was funny. So that, y'all already know, like, that's why I was a Jericho fan. Everything that, I don't like what he's doing now, but like he said on Dynamite, when he's retired and all said and done, people cannot deny him being a reinvention king, all the accomplishments that he's done, and his in-ring ability. You cannot deny that, whether you hate him or not. You can't. Everything, he's annoying, this and this, and this, I get that, but once he retired, and you look back at, and I always say it all the time, if WWE puts him in that Hall of Fame, his video package is going super crazy. Like, I don't know nobody who video package is going to go hard, but Jericho's video package is going to go super crazy. Because you got to get video packages from CMLL, WCW, ECW, WWE, New Japan. He won the ROH belt, AEW belt. Like, his shit is going to go crazy. He ain't go to TNA though. They tried to get him, and he was just like, "You're declassing the show." You're declassing the show. He ain't get no TNA belt. He ain't get no Impact. It's like, but yeah, so you got that. But WWE, I can't lie. They're on a hot streak right now. They're on a good streak. Now, I have been seeing people complain about Cody Rhodes' title reign, and I want to tell y'all, I told y'all, we tried to tell y'all. We sat here and tried to tell y'all that it was not going to go how you think. We had to deal with that man as a TNT champion. We had to deal with him. We told y'all what was going to happen. Okay? I told y'all that shit was going to be born. I told y'all that. Nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. I tried to say. I ain't trying to be mean. But this is why that sicko did not give his daddy that championship. The Rhodes family, no shade. The only thing that they are good for is being the chaser. That is no shade. It's the truth. They are good at being the chaser. The Rhodes need to understand that they are role players. But that doesn't mean that they are necessarily meant to be. But they are role players. And Cody is just like his father. And if you don't know your history about Dusty in the territory days, Georgia wrestling, it's literally the same shit. It's the same shit. Y'all are good to be chasers. Y'all not meant to be champions. That's why Goldust never got the belt. You're a good intercontinental champion. And y'all are good at mid-cards. The Rhodes need to understand they are good mid-carders. And that is nothing wrong with that. Okay? That is nothing wrong with being good mid-carders. But they wanted to be something more. The problem is, it's just like, that's not what God has in his design for you. And I'm not even trying to be funny. You know how some people, it's one thing to have confidence about yourself. I'm all for anybody feeling like they should get this, they should get this, they should get this. But my granny used to say all the time, you're getting too big for your britches. That's the Rhodes family. You weren't meant. Like, you were an MVP in AEW and you were getting lost in the shuffle. That should tell you something. I don't like this. This is why I love some of my WWE mutuals. Some of them have common sense and some of them don't. But the signs was there. And I told Wilkins the other day, I sat there and told you months ago that it would lead to this. And now y'all saying it. I tried to tell y'all that. You have to pay attention, because if they wasn't able to be a star in the alternative, they're not going to make it over there. You know what I'm saying? Except if you're Jade Cargill, I get, because she has the physique and her mind, you know, she's trying to be an actress. She's trying to, you know, Drip said it a long time ago, and I had to tell him, yeah, you're right, because when he said it on here years ago that Jade is not trying to be a great wrestler, she just wants to be The Rock. And I kept saying, no, she's not. She's trying to learn and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, he was right. No shade to her. Get your money, ball. But I knew it was going to be boring. Cody's going to have a reign and nobody remembers. But kids. Y'all ain't going to talk about this. People already missing Roman. But it had to happen. Like, he had to be a champion for y'all to see that we wasn't bullshit when we were saying it. We had to deal with it. We dealt with it for almost 3 years before he decided to, bitch, you were wrong about me. I'm sorry. That predator was right about you. That predator is sitting at home like, this is why. That freaky ass nigga is at home probably like, y'all gave him the belt. And demos have gotten low since he's been champion. They're not making the same money on the pay-per-views since he's been champion. I pay the $5. WrestleNomics has reported it. I pay the $5. Rhea Ripley got to hurry up and come back. Rhea Ripley was the money. She has to hurry up. Liv is not money. I'm sorry. No shade to her, but she's not money at all. She's not. Rhea Ripley has to come back. Rhea Ripley is the money. Because the show ain't Blondie, both of them, that talk alike. Liv Morgan is pretty, but she's not money. Rhea Ripley was the money. Rhea Ripley, if Cody being champion while Rhea Ripley was still champion, it would have, okay, because they was going to make that money because of Rhea Ripley. But now Rhea Ripley, you don't have no Rhea Ripley, you don't have no Roman, and it's showing. I'm telling you, get that WrestleNomics and look. They don't care about ratings. I said demo. I said demo. You know who has the highest demo on Raw? Sami Zayn. Not the champion. You know who has the highest demo on SmackDown? Take a guess. It's not Cody Rhodes, but take a guess. That's your problem. Y'all talk about ratings. You got to talk about the demos. Cable looks at the demos. They don't look at the rate. They don't care about the ratings. They want to see if the 18 and 49 is where it's supposed to be. And that champion, 18 and 49, is not where it's supposed to be as a champion. Sami Zayn is. Sami Zayn was the highest on Monday Night Raw. It wasn't Cody. And that's your champion. See, one thing about Roman Reigns, the demos was always there for Roman Reigns. Until it was like John Cena or The Rock or somebody that was there. But when it was Roman Reigns by himself, Roman Reigns got the demo. Rhea Ripley, demo. Liv Morgan, not so much. But you know who is? Take a guess on SmackDown who is the highest demo on SmackDown. It's not Jay or Bianca. It's none of the black wrestlers. None of the black wrestlers meet the demos. I'm just, no shade. I'm gonna give y'all like 10, 30 seconds. Just guess. Do, 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 do. Take a guess. I'm getting it right now, just so I can see, just to make sure I'm right. It's that bloodline, the new ones, the new people. Solo. It's Solo. Solo got the demos up for SmackDown. It's Solo. It's not LA. It's Solo. Yes, it's Solo. I pay $5. I will, if you a WWE content creator, I will send it to you if you want me to. It's Solo. It's Solo. Shout out to Solo. And then they got so smart covering Cody because they have Solo. They make sure they have a Solo segment before Cody goes out so it can stay where it is. But it's Solo. It's the bloodline still. The new bloodline, whatever they doing. But it's the new bloodline still. Shitting on the road still to this day. That's crazy. But it's not the champion. It's Solo. I'm just saying, if you a Cody fan in my chat, I'm just letting you know he's the guy, but he's not the guy. Mr. 628, you're new here. And I've talked about that earlier. Mr. 628. So tread lightly before you get cussed out and blocked. I already touched on that earlier. So the same energy is given. I don't know, you thought you ate, but you ain't eat shit. Dog shit, probably, but you ain't eat. Okay. All righty. So, yeah. The math has to math, and the math don't be mathing sometimes. You know what? Let me look. While I'm here, let me look at the NXT one. Let me see. You gotta come a little hard on all these with Keeks. I'm a big dog around here. And for the record, now that I'm looking at June 5th demo for AEW, Jericho did not draw Swerve Mercedes or their elite that week. Oh my God. He didn't. He didn't do it this week. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it that week. Sorry, Mr. 628. It didn't happen that week. He ain't on All right, y'all. All right, so it's getting 9:30. It's getting time for me to wrap it up. Again, catch me next Monday. yeah, I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm just gonna help dissect storylines and help you understand why which match is happening. Keeks, did you watch the NXT pay-per-view? Now, why in the fuck would I watch that when the game was on? I was watching the game. I wasn't watching no NXT pay-per-view. I was keeping up via Twitter, but I did not watch that. I was watching and yelling for Kyrie to do something. The parlay was on the line and he fucking it up. But no, I didn't watch that. I didn't. I'm just trying to understand why. I know they're trying out different things because the nasty man ain't there no more. But TNA ain't it. And they know who the real Forbidden Door is. That's a 10. Because I saw that they was mad that they thought, see, they thought that WWE fans was gonna watch TNA after that. And they still ain't watch. I'm like, now if AEW fans ain't give a fuck about TNA, what makes you think WWE fans give a fuck about TNA? Like, Kenny did all he could do, and we helped with the pay-per-view. But as far as watching, we don't give a fuck about no TNA. No shade. We don't. Nobody does. I don't know why they thought WWE fans are loyal to WWE. Okay, they're not loyal to no other brand. It's cool that you're coming though, but let it be WWE versus AEW. Everybody watching that shit. I'm telling you, everybody watching it. Let it be a AEW, WWE Forbidden Door. Everybody watching it. That's gonna make some money, and they know that. Everybody know that. They know that it's gonna make some money. But anyways, it's 9:30, y'all. I'm just gonna start dissecting things, helping people understand what's going on, and I don't mind doing that. Everybody is talking about Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, ROH. It is different brands, different content creators that will be reviewing those shows. Make sure you support them and follow them. But as far as All Elite with Keeks going forward, I will be helping dissecting things that is happening on TV. If you didn't, I'm not going to even tweet it. I'm not going to tweet none of this shit. I'm just going to wait until it's time to do my show to talk about it. But other than that, I'm going to help dissect what you saw, what's going on, and help with storylines because I said it before, not everybody can pick up on in-ring storytelling, and that's okay. I'm not going to shade nobody on that, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you understand what's going on in ring storytelling, why it leads to A plus B plus C. That's what I'm here for, and I don't mind doing that for you guys. And that's what's going to be going forward, and of course, do my reviews on pay-per-views. But as far as doing Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm drained out of doing it. And I just rather help those that just trying to understand why Johnny has 4 apples. And I don't mind doing it. So I will be if Johnny had 4 apples when it comes to AEW and the things that they're doing and the choices that they are making. And that's what's going on going forward. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I will be here next Monday. Make sure you tune in Wednesday for Dynamite. Make sure you tune in Friday for Rampage, and make sure you tune in Saturday for Collision. If you feel like you need me to break down certain things, don't hesitate to DM me to do it. I don't mind taking suggestions so I can study it and get down to it. Get my historian on, get my all of that on to help. Because everybody learning and everybody's attention span and everybody is different when it comes to wrestling. Certain people looking for different things, so they don't understand it. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Okay, I'm not here on none of that, spreading narratives or nothing like that. I'm just here to help you understand so you can enjoy. Because I know a lot of y'all truly enjoy AEW. I know a lot of people enjoy it. But engagements get payments. So you got that. So God bless you all. Y'all have a good night and hit my getaway music.
First of all, there's no such thing as white-collar crime. And there's definitely no such thing as black-on-black crime. Crime is crime. Let me explain something to you. I don't care if you have a white collar or a tank top. If you rob me, I'm going to whoop your ass.